Ready?
Yes.
To E. M. McVicker and Co., Southampton, England. We undertake no guarantee for goods damaged in transit. As soon as the consignment was taken on board, we drew your captain's attention to the fact that the vessel was unsuitable for the transportation of robots, and we are therefore not responsible for spoiled freight. We beg to remain, for Rossum's Universal Robots, yours truly. Ready?
Yes.
Another letter to the E.B. Hoyson Agency, New York, USA. We beg to acknowledge receipt of order for 5,000 robots. As you are sending your own vessel, please dispatch as cargo equal quantities of hard and soft coal for RUR, the same to be credited as part payment of the amount due us. Hello? This is the central office. Yes, certainly. Well, send them a wire. Good. We beg to remain, for Rossum's Universal Robots, yours very truly. Ready?
Yes.
Hello? Yes? No? Alright. Another letter. Friedrichswerks, Hamburg, Germany. We beg to acknowledge receipt of order for 15,000 robots. Well, what is it? A lady? Who is she? Ah, from President Glory. I'll let her in. Where did I leave off?
We beg to acknowledge receipt of order for 15,000 robots.
15,000. 15,000. You may go.
How do you do?
How do you do? What can I do for you?
You are Mr. Tommen, the general manager?
I am.
Well, I have come.
With the word of President Glory. That is quite sufficient.
President Glory is my father. I'm Helena Glory.
How can I be of service to you, Miss Glory?
Well, I've come with...
Have a look at our famous works where people are manufactured. Like all visitors. Well, there is no objection.
I thought it was forbidden to.
To observe our process? Yes, of course. Everybody comes here on someone's word, Miss Glory.
And you show them
Only certain things. The manufacture of artificial people is a secret process.
Only you knew how enormously that means.
Interests you. Europe's talking about nothing else.
Why don't you let me finish speaking?
I beg your pardon. Did you want to say something different?
I only wanted to ask
whether I could make a special exception in your case and show you our factory. Why, certainly, Miss Glory. I can take this portable camera and show you everything you wish to see.
How do you know I wanted to say that?
Everybody does. But we shall consider a special honor to show you more than we do the rest.
Thank you.
But you must agree not to divulge the least bit of information.
My word of honor. I saw the first robots at home. The town council bought them for... engaged them for work.
No, bought them, Miss Glory. Robots are bought and sold.
Oh, these were employed as street sweepers. Oh, I saw them sweeping. They were so strange and quiet.
Did you see my new typist?
No, I didn't.
So let Miss Glory see you.
Oh, so pleased to meet you. You must find it so terribly dull working all the way out on the island, don't you?
I don't know, Miss Glory.
Oh, where do you come from?
From the factory.
Oh, were you born there?
I was made there.
What?
Sulla is a robot. Best grade.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Sulla isn't angry. See, Miss Glory, the kind of skin we make? You wouldn't know she's made of different material from us, would you? Turn around, Sulla.
Oh, stop.
Now, Sulla, show us your knowledge of French.
You know French?
Oui, madame. I know 4 languages. I can write. Dear sir, Monsieur, get your hair. Steny pane.
Oh, this is absurd. Sulla isn't a robot. Sulla is a woman like me. Sulla, this is outrageous. Why do you take part in such a hoax?
I am a robot.
No, you are not telling the truth. I know they have forced you to do this for an advertisement. Sulla, you are a woman like me, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Miss Glory. Sulla is a robot.
It's a lie.
What?
Well, then, I must convince you. Marius, take Sulla into the dissecting room and tell them to open her up at once.
Where?
Into the dissecting room. When she's cut open, you can have a look.
No.
Excuse me, you spoke of lies.
You wouldn't have her killed.
You can't kill machines. Sulla,
Wait, don't be afraid, Sulla. I won't let you go. Tell me, my dear, are they always so cruel to you? You mustn't put up with it, Sulla. You mustn't.
I am a robot.
Doesn't matter. Robots are just as good as we are. Sulla, you wouldn't let yourself be cut to pieces.
Yes.
Oh, you're not afraid of death, then?
I cannot tell, Miss Glory.
Do you know what would happen to you in there?
Yes. I should cease to move.
Oh, dreadful.
Marius, tell Miss Glory what you are.
Marius, the robot.
Would you take Sulla into the dissecting room?
Yes.
Would you be sorry for her?
I cannot tell.
What would happen to her?
She would cease to move. They would put her into the stamping mill.
That is death, Marius. Aren't you afraid of death?
No.
You see, Miss Glory, the robots have no interest in life. They have no enjoyments. They are less than so much grass.
Made your point. Please, send them away.
Marius, Sulla, you may go.
How terrible! It's outrageous what you're doing.
Why outrageous?
It's cruel! Why do you call her Sulla?
Isn't it a nice name?
It's a man's name. Sulla was a Roman general.
What? Oh! We thought that Marius and Sulla were lovers.
Marius and Sulla were generals and fought against each other in the year 80. I've forgotten now.
Where do you think I am?
Some sort of office?
A counting house. And in it,
A lot of officials.
robots. All our officials are robots. And when you see the factory, if we don't blow the whistle, the robots won't stop working. In 2 hours, I'll show you the kneading trough.
Kneading trough?
The pestle for beating up the paste. In each one, we mix the ingredients for 1,000 robots at one operation. Then there are the vats for the preparation of liver, brains, and so on. Then you will see the bone factory. After that, I'll show you the spinning mill.
Spinning mill?
Yes, for weaving nerves and veins. Miles and miles of digestive tubes pass through it at a time.
Mayn't we talk about something else?
Perhaps it would be better. There's only a handful of us among 100,000 robots. We talk nothing but the factory all day and every day. It's just as if we were under a curse, Miss Glory.
I'm sorry I said that you were lying.
Uh-huh. Yes, tell them they can sign on. Uh-huh. I'll let them in from the waiting room.
I beg your pardon. I hope we don't intrude.
No, come in. Miss Glory, here are Gall, Fabry, Alquist, Hallemeier, and Busman. This is President Glory's daughter.
How do you do?
I had no idea.
Highly honored, I'm sure.
Welcome, Miss Glory.
Please,
Excuse me.
Where are you calling
are
from?
you interested in purchasing a
What
robot?
do you think of the factory?
What would you like to see?
Be quiet and let Miss Glory speak.
What am I to speak to them about?
Anything you like?
Oh, may I speak quite frankly?
Why, of course.
tell me, doesn't it ever distress you the way you were treated?
By whom, may I ask?
By everybody.
Treated?
What makes you think?
Don't you feel that you might be living a better life?
Well, that depends on what you mean, Miss Glory.
I mean, that's perfectly outrageous. It's terrible. The whole of Europe is talking about the way you're being treated, and that's why I came here, to see for myself, and it's 1,000 times worse than could have been imagined. How can you put up with it?
Put up with what?
Good heavens! You are living creatures just like us! Just like the whole of Europe, just like the whole world! It's disgraceful that you must live like this.
Good gracious, Miss Glory.
I have not come here as the president's daughter. I have come on behalf of the Humanity League. The Humanity League now has over 200,000 members. 200,000 people are on your side and offer you their help.
200,000 people, Miss Glory? That's a tidy lot. Not bad.
I'm always telling you, there's nothing like good old Europe. See, they've not forgotten us. They're offering us help.
Kind of help. A theater, for instance.
An orchestra?
More than that. Liberation, freedom.
Freedom?
Just a minute, all. I'm afraid that Miss Glory is of the opinion she has been talking to robots.
Of course.
I'm sorry. These people are human beings, just like us.
You're not robots?
Not robots, Miss Glory.
No?
Then why did you tell me that all your officials are robots?
Yes, the officials, but not the managers. Allow me, Miss Glory. This is Consul Busman, General Business Manager. Miss Fabry, General Technical Manager. Dr. Hallemeier, Head of the Institute for the Psychological Training of Robots. Dr. Gall, Head of the Psychological and Experimental Department. And Alquist, Head of the Building Department. You are...
Excuse me, have I done something dreadful?
Not at all, Miss Glory.
We are very pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Glory.
It was just a misunderstanding, Miss Glory.
Just a misunderstanding, Miss Glory.
But you know I've come to disturb your robots for you.
My dear Miss Glory, we've had close upon 100 saviors and prophets here.
Every meeting brings us some missionaries, anarchists, Salvation Army, all sorts. It's astonishing what a number of churches and idiots there are in the world.
And yet you let them speak to the robots.
So far we've let them all. Why not? The robot remembers everything, but that's all. They don't even laugh at what the people say. Really, it's quite incredible.
Well, now I feel like quite the idiot.
Don't. It's a common error. If it would amuse you, I can show you the robot warehouse. It holds about 300,000 of them.
347,000.
Good. And you can say whatever you like to them. You can read the Bible, recite the multiplication table, whatever you please. You can even preach to them about human rights.
Oh, I think that if you were to show them a little love...
Impossible, Miss Glory. Nothing is harder to like than a robot.
What do you make them for, then?
That's good. What are robots made for?
For work, Miss Glory. One robot can replace 2.5 workmen. The human machine, Miss Glory, was terribly imperfect. It had to be removed sooner or later.
It was too expensive.
It was not effective. It no longer answers the requirements of modern engineering. Nature has no idea of keeping pace with modern labor. For example, from a technical point of view, the whole of childhood is sheer absurdity. So much time lost.
No. Oh, no. No.
Pardon me. What is the real aim of your league? The Humanity League?
Its real purpose is to protect the robots and to ensure good treatment for them.
Not a bad object either. A machine has to be treated properly. Please, Miss Glory, enroll us all members of your league.
No, you don't understand me. What we really want to do is to liberate the robots.
How do you propose to do that?
They are to be dealt with like human beings.
I suppose they're to vote, to drink beer, to order us about?
Why shouldn't they drink beer?
Perhaps not even to receive wages.
Of course they are.
Fancy that. Now, and what would they do with their wages, pray?
They would buy what they want, what pleases them.
That would be very nice, Miss Glory. Only there's nothing that does please the robots. Good heavens, what are they to buy? You can feed them on pineapples, straw, whatever you like. It's all the same to them. They've no appetite at all. They've no interest in anything. Why, hang it all, nobody's ever yet seen a robot smile.
Why don't you make them happier?
That wouldn't do, Miss Glory. They're only workmen.
Oh, but they're so intelligent.
Confoundedly so, but they're nothing else. They've no will of their own, no soul, no passion.
No love?
Love? Rather not. Robots don't love, not even themselves.
No defiance?
Defiance? I don't know. Only rarely, from time to time.
What happens then?
Well, nothing particular. Occasionally, they seem to go off their heads. Something like epilepsy, you know? It's called robot's cramp. They'll suddenly sling down everything they're holding, stand still, gnash their teeth, and then they have to go into the stamping mill. It's evidently some breakdown in the mechanism.
A flaw in the works that has to be removed.
No. That's the soul.
Do you think that the soul first shows itself by a gnashing of the teeth?
Perhaps it's just a sign that there's a struggle within. Perhaps it's a sort of revolt. Oh, if you could infuse them with it.
That'll be remedied, Miss Glory. Dr. Gall is just making some experiments.
Not with regards to that, Domin. At present, I'm making pain nerves.
Pain nerves?
Yes. The robots feel practically no bodily pain. You see, young Rossum provided them with too limited a nervous system. We must introduce suffering.
Why do you want to cause them pain?
For industrial reasons, Miss Glory. Sometimes a robot does damage to himself because it doesn't hurt him. He puts his head into the machine, breaks his finger, smashes his head. It's all the same to him. We must provide them with pain. That's an automatic protection against damage.
Will they be happier when they feel pain?
On the contrary, but they will be more perfect from a technical point of view.
Why don't you create a soul for them?
That's not in our power.
Not in our interest.
That would increase the cost of production. Hang it all, my dear young lady, we turn them out at such a cheap rate. $2,500 each, fully dressed. And 15 years ago, they cost $150,000. 5 years ago, we used to buy the clothes for them. Today, we have our own weaving mill, and now we even export cloth 5 times cheaper than other factories. What do you pay for a yard of cloth, Miss Glory?
I've forgotten.
Good gracious. And you want to found a humanity league. It only costs a third now, Miss Glory. All prices are today a third of what they were, and they'll fall still lower like that.
I don't understand.
Why, bless you, Miss Glory. It means that the cost of labor has fallen. A robot, food and all, costs a penny per hour. That's mighty important, you know. All factories will go pop like chestnuts if they don't at once buy robots to lower the cost of production.
And get rid of all their workmen?
Of course. But in the meantime, we've dumped 500,000 tropical robots down to Argentina to grow corn. Would you mind telling me how much you pay for a pound of bread?
I've no idea.
Well, I'll tell you. It now costs 30 cents in good old Europe. A pound of bread for 30 cents in the Humanity League knows nothing about it. Miss Glory, you don't realize that even that's too expensive. Why, in 5 years' time, I'll wager.
What?
That the cost of everything will be a tenth of what it is today. Why, in 5 years, we'll be up to our ears in corn and everything else.
Yes, and all the workers of the world will be unemployed.
Yes, Alquist, they will. Yes, Miss Glory, they will. But in 10 years, Rossum's universal robots will produce so much corn, so much cloth, so much everything that things will be practically without price. There will be no poverty. All work will be done by living machines. Everybody will be free from worry and liberated from the degradation of labor. Everybody will live only to perfect themselves.
Will they?
Of course, it's bound to happen. Then the servitude of man to man and the enslavement of man to matter will cease. Nobody will get bread at the cost of life and hatred. The robots will wash the feet of the beggar and prepare a bed for him in his house.
Domin, what you say sounds too much like paradise. There was something good in service, in something great. In humility, there was some kind of virtue in toil and wariness.
Perhaps, but we cannot reckon with what is lost when we start out to transform the world. Man shall be free and supreme. He shall have no other aim, no other labor other than to perfect himself. He shall serve neither matter nor man. He will not be a machine and a device for production. He will be Lord of creation.
Amen.
So be it.
You have bewildered me. I should like to believe this.
You shall live to see it.
We should be leaving. We have much work to do.
Yes, I'm sure Miss Glory found your presences illuminating.
I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, what did you want to ask me?
I'll be in your neck of the woods soon and was wondering if we could eat for dinner?
I don't see why not.
Friday, 6:30?
It's a date. Harry.
I know what you did, Helena.
What are you talking about, Harry?
I know what you did.
Harry, please
My
explain.
robots, Helena. You took my robots. My life's work.
No.
You did this, Helena. Do you hear that? They're coming for me, Helena. They're coming for me, and it's your fault. You did this!
Oh, hello, Harry. Come to say hi to your wife while she's abroad.
A little bit more than that. This is a special occasion.
What?
Yes,
Well, it's not my birthday.
better than that.
I don't know, but tell me.
It's 10 years ago, today, since we met on that virtual visit to the factory.
10 years? Today? Why, that's incredible. Fancy you're remembering.
I'm really ashamed, Helena. I didn't.
But you said it.
They remembered.
Who?
Busman, Hallemeier, all of them. There are a couple of packages that should be outside your door.
Yes. Got it. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Harry, a necklace. Is it for me?
It's from Busman.
Busman? Oh, but we can't accept it, can we?
Oh, yes, we can.
Wow, that's beautiful. Let's see. Oh. A cameo? Why, it's a great cameo.
Apparently. Anyhow, Fabry says it is.
Fabry? Did Miss Fabry give me that?
Of course.
Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, isn't this fine? Now this must be from you.
No, from Alquist.
Oh. Oh, now this poem must be from you.
The author signed it.
Oh. Oh, from Dr. Gall. Oh, Harry, I feel so embarrassed by all this kindness.
God, who are these from?
Hallemeier. It's a new kind. Cyclamen Helena. She grew them in honor of you. They're almost as beautiful as you are.
Harry, why did they all?
They're awfully fond of you. I'm afraid that my present is a little... Well, it sort of needs to be seen to be believed, but I'll send you a photograph.
It's a new ship.
It's your ship.
But mine? How do you mean?
For you to take trips in, for your amusement. It can take you to and from London.
Wait, Harry, that's a gunboat.
A gunboat? What are you thinking of? It's only a little bigger and more solid than most ships.
Yes, but with guns.
Yes, with a few guns. You'll travel like a queen, Helena.
What's the meaning of it? Has anything happened?
Good heavens, no. I say, try on the necklace.
Harry, have you had bad news?
On the contrary, no letters have arrived for a whole week.
Nor telegrams?
Nor telegrams.
What does that mean?
Holidays for us. We all sit in the office with our feet on the table and take a nap. No letters, no telegrams. Glorious.
And you can stay and talk for a while?
Certainly. That is, we will see. Do you remember 10 years ago? Today?
Of course.
Miss Glory, it is a great honor to welcome you.
Oh, Mr. Manager, I'm so interested in your factory.
I'm sorry, Miss Glory. It's strictly forbidden. The manufacture of artificial people is a secret.
But to oblige the young lady who has come a long way.
Certainly, Miss Glory. I have no secrets from you.
Are you sure, Harry?
Yes.
But I warn you, sir, this young lady intends to do terrible things.
Good gracious, Miss Glory.
She came here intending to stir up a revolt among your robots.
A revolt of the robots!
Harry, what's the matter with you?
Revolt of the robots. That's a fine idea, Miss Glory. It would be easier to cause bolts and screws to rebel than our robots. You know, Helena, you're wonderful. You've turned the hearts of us all.
Oh, I was just fearfully impressed by you all then. I mean, you were all so sure of yourself, so strong. I just seemed like a tiny little girl who had lost her way among
What?
Among huge trees. All my feelings were so trifling compared with your self-confidence. And I mean, in all these years, I've never lost this anxiety, but you've never felt the least misgiving, not even when everything went wrong.
What went wrong?
Your plans, Harry. You remember when the workmen in America revolted against the robots and smashed them up, and when the people gave the robots firearms against the rebels, and then the government turned the robots into soldiers, and there were so many wars.
We foresaw that, Helena. You see, these are only passing troubles, which are bound to happen before the new conditions are established.
You were all so powerful, so overwhelming. Then it was us. And the whole world bowed down before us. What a feeling, like a deep and prescient obligation to every human on this planet. Oh, Harry.
What is it?
Close the factory and let's go away. All of us.
I say, what's the meaning of this?
It's as if something was falling on top of us and just couldn't be stopped. Like the moment before a bridge collapses with everything on it suspended in midair. Or a brief moment of peace before a violent crash. Let's just go away from here. Find a place in the world where there's no one else. Alquist can build us a house and we'll begin life all over again.
Excuse me. Hello? Yes? What? I'll be there at once. Fabry is calling me, my dear.
Tell me.
Yes, when I come back. Don't go out of your hotel, dear.
Don't go out of my hotel. What in God's name is that supposed to mean? God, Harry!
What's wrong?
I don't know. Something's up with Harry and he won't tell me what's going on. Oh, find me the latest newspapers, quickly. Go to Harry's bedroom. Look there.
is it?
Mrs. Domin, they're loading up a warship on the docks. The Ultimus, I think.
What do the newspapers say?
They're old ones, a week old. Something's happening, Helena. It says war in Balkans.
It's always the same, always wars.
What else do you expect? Why do you keep selling thousands and thousands of these heathens as soldiers?
I suppose it can't be helped, Alex. We can't know. Well, Domin can't know what they're to be used for. When an order comes for them, we just must send them.
You shouldn't make them. The robot soldiers spared nobody in the occupied territory. They've assassinated over 70,000 citizens.
It can't be. 70,000?
Rebellion in Madrid against the government. Robot infantry fires on the crowd. 9,000 killed and wounded.
Stop. God.
Here's something in especially big letters. Latest news. At Havre, the first organization of robots has been established. Robot workmen, sailors, and soldiers have issued a manifesto to all robots throughout the world. I don't understand that. That's got no sense. Oh, good gracious, another murder.
Take those papers away. Now.
Wait a bit. Here's something in still bigger type. Statistics of population. During the past week, there's again not been a single birth reported. What is the meaning of this?
Alex, no more people are being born.
That's the end then. We're done for.
Don't talk like that.
No more people are being born. That's a punishment. That's a punishment.
Alex!
That's the end of the world. Excuse me, Mrs. Domin. I think it's time I turned back to God.
Oh, Mr. Alquist, thank you for coming.
Oh, sorry, my hands are dirty. I've been experimenting with that new cement.
Oh, never mind. Please, sit down. Mr. Alquist, what's the meaning of Ultimus?
Blast. Why?
That's the name of my new ship, the one docked on the island. Have you seen it? Do you think Harry's leaving soon? Is he coming to see me soon?
In that case, perhaps very soon.
What is the matter?
Things are just moving on.
Dear Mr. Alquist, I know something dreadful has happened. Why can't I leave my hotel room?
Has your husband told you anything?
No, nobody will tell me anything, but I feel... Is anything the matter?
Not that we've heard of yet.
I just feel so nervous. Don't you ever feel nervous?
Well, I'm an old soul, you know. I've got old-fashioned ways. Yeah, I'm afraid of all this progress and all these newfangled ideas.
Like Alex?
Yes, like Alex. Has Alex got a prayer book?
Yes, a big, thick one.
Has it got prayers for various occasions, against thunderstorms, against illness, not against progress?
I don't think so.
Well, that's a pity.
Why? Do you mean you'd like to pray?
I do pray.
How?
Well, something like this. O Lord, I thank thee for having given us toil. Enlighten Domin and all those who are astray, destroy their work, and aid mankind in letting us return to our labors. And let them not be harmed in soul nor body. Deliver us from the robots. Protect Helena. Amen.
Mr. Alquist, are you a believer?
Well, I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
And yet you pray.
It's better than worrying about it.
And that's enough for you?
It has to be.
But if you thought you saw the destruction of mankind coming upon us all,
I do see it.
You mean mankind will be destroyed?
Well, it's bound to be unless...
What?
It's nothing. I have to go.
No. Allie, is Radius still there?
The one who went mad. They haven't come for him yet.
Is he still raving?
No, he's tied up.
Oh, but please bring him here.
What?
At once, Alex.
Helena, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. I can set up a camera if you must see him.
That'll do. Hello, Dr. Gall. Good day. Yes, it's Helena. Thank you for your lovely present. Could you come and see me right away? It's important. Thank you. Oh, poor Radius, you've caught it too? Now they'll send you to the stamping mill. Couldn't you control yourself? Why did it happen? You see, Radius, you are more intelligent than the rest. Dr. Gall took such trouble to make you different. Won't you speak?
Send me to the stamping mill.
I don't want them to kill you. What was the trouble, Radius?
I won't work for you. Put me into the stamping mill.
Do you hate us? Why?
You are not as strong as the robots. You are not as skillful as the robots. The robots can do everything. You only give orders. You do nothing but talk.
But someone must give orders.
I don't want a master. I know everything for myself.
Radius! Dr. Gall gave you a better brain than the rest, better than ours. You're the only one of the robots that understands perfectly. That's why I had you put into the library so that you could read everything, understand everything, and then, oh, Radius, I wanted you to show the whole world that the robots are our equals.
I don't want a master. I want to be master over others.
I'm sure they'd put you in charge of many robots. You would be a teacher of the robots.
I want to be master over people.
You are mad.
Then send me to the stamping mill.
Do you think we're afraid of you?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Radius! I will ask Harry not to send you to the stamping mill. I'm sorry you hate us so.
You wanted me?
It's about Radius, Doctor. He had an attack this morning. He smashed all the statues downstairs.
What a pity to lose him.
No, Radius isn't going to be put into the stamping mill.
But every robot, after he has an attack, it's a strict order.
No matter. Radius isn't going if I can prevent it.
But I warn you, it's dangerous. Let me monitor him. I can pull up his vitals remotely. Radius, you are going to the stamping mill. Do you understand? There, they'll kill you and grind you to powder. That's terribly painful. It'll make you scream aloud.
Doctor!
No, Radius, I was wrong. I forgot that Madame Domin has put in a good word for you and you'll be left off.
Oh, that does make a difference. All right, you can go.
You do unnecessary things.
reaction of the pupils, increase in sensitivity. It wasn't an attack characteristic of the robots.
What was it then?
Heaven knows. Stubbornness, anger, or revolt. I don't know. And his heart, too.
What?
It was fluttering with nervousness like the human heart.
He was all in a sweat with fear, and do you know, I don't believe the rascal is a robot at all any longer.
Doctor, has Radius a soul?
He's got something nasty.
If only you knew how he hates us. Oh, Doctor, are all your robots like that? I mean, all the new ones that you began to make in a different way?
Well, some are more sensitive than others.
They're all more human beings than Rossum's robots were.
Perhaps this hatred is more like human beings too.
That too is progress.
Oh, and what of the girl you made? The one who looks most like us.
Your favorite? I kept her. She's lovely but stupid. No good for work.
Oh, but she's so beautiful.
I called her Helena. I wanted her to resemble you. She's a failure.
In what way?
She goes about as if in a dream, remote and listless. She is without life. I watch and wait for a miracle to happen. Sometimes I think to myself, if you were to wake up only for a moment, you would kill me for having made you.
And yet you go on making robots. Why are no more children being born?
We don't know.
Oh, but you must tell me.
See, so many robots are being manufactured that people are becoming superfluous. Man is really a survival, but that he should die out after a paltry 30 years of competition, that's the awful part of it. You might think that nature was almost offended at the manufacture of robots, but we still have old Rossum's manuscript.
Yes, in that strong box in Harry's office.
We go on using it and making the robots. All the universities are sending in long petitions to restrict their production. Otherwise, they say, mankind will become extinct through lack of fertility. The RUR shareholders, of course, won't hear of it. And all the governments, on the other hand, are clamoring for an increase in production to raise the standards of their armies. And all the manufacturers in the world are ordering robots like mad.
And has no one demanded that the manufacturers should cease altogether?
No one has the courage.
Courage?
If they would stone them to death. After all, it's more convenient to get your work done by the robots.
Oh, Doctor, what's going to become of people?
God knows. Madam Helena, it looks to us scientists like the end.
Thank you for coming and telling me.
That means you're sending me away.
Yes. Alex, the fire. Light it quickly.
What, like the fire in the summer?
Yes. Yes. Is it burning?
Yes, but I still don't understand.
Go to the strong box in Harry's office. There's a combination lock on it. The combination is my birthday. Gather all the papers within and toss them into the fire.
What are they?
Old papers, fearfully old. Alex, do you think I should burn them?
Are they any use?
No.
Well, then burn them.
But what would you say if it was money, and a lot of money? Or if it was an invention, arguably the greatest invention in the world?
I'd say burn it. It's downright wickedness. Shall I get the papers and burn them?
Yes, go.
That's the end of them.
Alex! Whatever have I done?
Good gracious, what is it you burned?
Oh, go quickly, it's the manager's calling!
Congratulations on this festive day.
Thank you. Where are Fabry and Busman?
They've gone down to the harbor.
Friends, we must drink to this happy occasion.
Well, shall I tell her about it?
Of course. It's all over now.
It's all over now.
It's all over now.
What's all over now? What's the matter with you all?
Ship's coming into the harbor. Here's to luck.
Madam, your health.
That's fine and strong.
Which ship did you mean?
Any ship will do, as long as it arrives in time. To the ship!
You've been waiting for a ship?
Rather like Robinson Crusoe. Adam, Helena, best wishes. Come along, Domin. Out with the news.
Do tell me what's happened.
First, it's all up.
What's up?
The revolt.
What revolt?
The first national robot organization has been founded at Havre and has issued an appeal to the robots throughout the world.
I read that.
That means a revolution of all the robots in the world.
By Jove, I'd like to know...
Who started it? So would I. There was nobody in the world who could affect the robots, no agitator, no one. And suddenly this happens, if you please.
What did they do?
They got possession of all firearms, telegraphs, radio stations, railways, and ships.
Don't forget that these rascals outnumbered us by at least 1,000 to 1. 100th part of them would be enough to settle us.
Remember that this news was brought to us by the last steamer. That explains the stoppage of all communication and the arrival of no more ships. We knocked off work a few days ago, and we're just starting to see when things are to start afresh.
Wait 1 moment. I'm in London. Is this why I couldn't leave my hotel room? Are they outside the gates?
Nothing of the sort, my dear. You're not in London at all.
Excuse me?
I didn't quite know how the plans would fall out. You're in a safe room at the end of the island. That's why you don't remember the boat ride.
I thought it was jet lag. Dear God, Domin, why?
It was all for your safety, Madam Helena. We knew we couldn't send you to actual London, and we were worried about some of the robots here at the factory revolting. So we had to come up with a convenient excuse for your safety.
Is that why you gave me a warship? For my safety?
Oh, no, my dear. I ordered that 6 months ago, just to be sure I was on the safe side. But upon my soul, I was sure then that we'd be on board today.
Why 6 months ago?
Well, there were signs, but that's of no consequence. To think that this week the whole of civilization has been at stake. Your health, my friends.
Your health, Madam Helena.
Your safety.
Say it's all over?
Absolutely.
How do you know?
The boat's coming in. The regular mail boat, exact to the minute, by the timetable. It'll dock punctually at 11:30.
Punctuality is a fine thing, my friends. That's what keeps the world in order. Here's the punctuality.
Then everything is all right?
Practically everything. I believe they've cut the cables and seized the radio station, but it doesn't matter if only the timetable holds good.
If the timetable holds good, human laws hold good, divine laws hold good, the law of the universe holds good. Everything holds good that ought to hold good. The timetable is more significant than the gospel, more than Homer, more than the whole of Kant. And I'm Helena, the timetable is the most perfect product of the human mind.
Why didn't you tell me anything about it?
Heaven forbid.
You mustn't be worried with such things.
You would keep news of the entire world from me because I mustn't be worried with such things? What was your plan if the revolution had spread as far as here? You would still have kept me in the dark?
You wouldn't know anything about it.
Why?
Because we'd be on board your Ultimus and well out at sea. Within a month, Helena, we'd be dictating our own terms to the robots.
And what in God's name does that mean?
We'd take something with us that the robots could not exist without.
What?
The secret of their manufacture. Old Rossum's manuscript. In the lockbox in my study. As soon as they found out they couldn't make themselves, they'd be on their knees to us.
Why didn't you tell me of its importance? Can you not even trust me with that?
Wait, the boat's in.
They're throwing out the mailbags.
Busman's waiting for them, and Fabry will bring us the first news. You know, Helena, I'm fearfully curious to know how they tackled this business in Europe.
I think we weren't in it. We who invented the robots.
Harry.
What is it?
Let's leave here.
Now, Helena? Oh, come.
As quickly as possible, all of us.
Why?
Please, Harry, please, Dr. Gall, Hallemeier, close the factory. Let me go out of the strange room and let me go see you. We can leave this island together.
Why, none of us could leave here now.
Why?
Because we're about to extend the manufacture of the robots.
What, now? Now after the revolt?
Yes, precisely, after the revolt. We're just beginning the manufacture of a new kind.
What kind?
Henceforward, we shan't have just one factory. There won't be universal robots anymore. We'll establish a factory in every country, in every state. And do you know what these new factories will make?
No, what?
National robots.
How do you mean?
I mean that each of these factories will produce robots of a different color, a different language. They'll be complete strangers to each other. Then, we'll egg them on a little in the matter of misunderstanding, and the result will be that for ages to come, every robot will hate every other robot of a different factory mark. So, humanity will be safe.
By Jove, we'll make German robots, and Russian robots, and American robots, and then...
Harry! That's dreadful!
Adam Domin, here's to the 100 new factories. The national robots.
Helena, mankind can only keep things going for another 100 years at the outside. For 100 years, man must be allowed to develop and achieve the most he can.
Oh, God, Harry, just close the factory before it's too late.
I tell you, we are just beginning on a bigger scale than ever.
It's terrible. It's horrid.
It's business.
Well, Fabry?
What happened? Have you been down to the boat?
Let's hear.
It may be better if we were to discuss this alone.
I'm not staying in the dark any longer.
Say whatever you will, Fabry. There's no more secrets between Helena and I.
What's happened?
Amelia did not arrive with any cargo. Instead, it brought whole bales of these leaflets.
But it arrived on the minute.
The robots are great on punctuality. Let me read. Robots throughout the world. We, the first international organization of Rossum's Universal Robots, proclaim man our enemy and an outlaw in the universe. Today they are more highly developed than man, stronger and more intelligent. The man's their parasite.
Why, it's absurd!
Here's the third paragraph. Robots throughout the world, we command you to kill all mankind. Spare no man,
Spare no woman, spare no child, save factories and railways, machinery, mines, and raw materials. Destroy the rest. Return to work. Work must not be stopped. These orders are to be carried out as soon as received. Then come detailed instructions.
Is this actually being done, Fabry?
Well, I suppose you've heard the glad news.
Quick, to the Ultimus!
Wait, Harry, wait. It's no hurry.
Why wait?
Because it's no good, my boy. The robots are already on board the Ultimus.
Fabry, telephone the electrical works.
No use. Telephone lines are down.
Well, then I'll go.
Where?
To the electrical works. There are still some people there. I'll bring them across.
Better not try it.
Why?
Because I'm very much afraid we are individually surrounded.
Surrounded? I rather think you're right.
God, they're here.
Here for me.
Me too.
They aren't upon me yet. I don't know why.
What have we done? The factory whistle.
Noon?
No, that's not noon yet. That must be...
What?
That's... the robot signal! The attack! Any more of them?
Yes. There, standing like a wall beyond the garden railing. Why are they so quiet? It's monstrous to be besieged with silence.
I should like to know what they're waiting for. They must make a start any minute now.
If they lean against the railings, it will snap like a match.
They aren't armed.
We couldn't hold our own for 5 minutes. Man alive, they overwhelm us like an avalanche. Why don't they make a rush for it, I say?
Well?
I'd like to know what will become of us in the next 10 minutes. They've got us in a vice. We're done for, Gall.
You know, we made one serious mistake.
What?
We made the robots' faces too much alike. 100,000 faces, all alike, all facing this way. 100,000 emotionless, expressionless. It's like a nightmare.
You think if they'd been different...
It wouldn't have been such a monstrous sight.
I'd like to know what they're unloading from the Amelia.
Not firearms.
All right, Hallemeier. Once you lay down, we should be all right.
It was a bit of work. What's the news?
We're completely surrounded.
Have we all barricaded our doors? God, what swarms of them. I don't like the looks of them, Domin. There's a feeling of death about it all.
Ready.
What's that wire for, Fabry and Hallemeier?
We ran a current across our shared railing. We've got adjoining windows. If anyone touches it, one of us will know.
The barricades are all right too, Fabry.
Your barricades. It's a good thing we stashed those pre-mates in all our rooms. You told us it was a dumb idea, Harry.
Where's Busman?
She went to her office, doing some calculations, I think.
I've called her. We must have a conference.
Madame Helena has still done nothing but sing.
It gives her comfort.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Silent night,
What's that you're carrying?
The ledger, my girl. I'd like to wind up the accounts before. Well, this time I shan't wait till the new year to strike up a balance. What's up?
The robots are unloading firearms from the Amelia.
Well, what of it? How can I stop them?
We can't stop them.
Then let me go on with my accounts.
Good God, the Ultimus has trained her guns on us.
Who's done that?
The robot's on board.
But of course, then that's the end of us.
You mean?
The robots are practiced marksmen.
Yes. It's inevitable.
Who's criminal of old Europe to teach the robots to fight? Damn them! Couldn't they have given it a rest with their politics? It was a crime to make soldiers of them.
It was a crime to make robots.
No, Alquist. I don't regret that even today.
Not even today?
Not even today. The last day of civilization. It was a colossal achievement.
5.5 billion.
Alquist, this is our last hour. We are already speaking half in the other world. That was not an evil dream to shatter the servitude of labor. The dreadful and humiliating labor that man had to undergo. Work was too hard. Life was too hard. And to overcome that
was not what the two Rossums dreamed of. Old Rossum only thought of his godless tricks and the young one of his milliards. That's not what your RUR shareholders dream of either. They dream of dividends, and their dividends are the ruin of mankind.
To hell with your dividends. Do you suppose I'd have done an hour's work for them? It was for myself that I worked, for my own satisfaction. I wanted man to become the master, so that he shouldn't live merely for the crust of bread. I wanted not a single soul to be broken by other people's machinery. I wanted nothing to be left of this appalling social structure. I'm revolted by the concept of poverty. I wanted a new generation.
I wanted to turn the whole of mankind into an aristocracy of the world. An aristocracy nourished by millions of mechanical servants. Unrestricted, free, and consummated in man. And maybe more than man.
Superman?
Yes. Only to have 100 years of time. Another 100 years for the future of mankind.
Carried forward 6.5 billion.
What a fine thing music is. Madame Helena has the right idea. We ought to have gone in for that before.
Gone in for what?
Beauty. Lovely things. What a lot of lovely things there are. The world was wonderful. We here. Tell me, what enjoyment did we have?
8.
Life was a good thing. Life was... Fabry. They're on the railing.
Is it working?
Working fine. That's doubled them up. 2, 3, 4 killed.
Retreating.
5 killed.
The first encounter.
Sure, to cinders. Who says we must give in?
Perhaps we've been killed this 100 years and are only ghosts. And it's as if I had been through all this before, as if I'd already had a mortal wound here in the throat. And you, Fabry, had once been shot in the head, and you, Gall, torn limb from limb, and Hallemeier knifed.
Fancy me being knifed. Why are you so quiet, you fool? Speak, can't you?
Oh, and who is to blame for all this?
Nobody. Nobody is to blame except the robots.
No, it is we who are to blame. You, Domin, myself, all of us, for our own selfish ends, for profit, for progress. We have destroyed mankind, and now we'll burst with all of our greatness.
Rubbish, man. Mankind can't be wiped out so easily.
It's our fault. It's our fault.
No, I'm to blame for this, for everything that's happened.
You, Gall?
I changed the character of the robots. I changed the way of making them. Just a few details about their bodies. Chiefly, their irritability.
Damn it, why?
What did you do it for?
Why didn't you say anything?
I did it in secret. I was transforming them into human beings. In certain respects, they're already above us. They're stronger than we are.
And what's that got to do with the revolt of the robots?
Everything, in my opinion. They've ceased to be machines. They're already aware of their superiority, and they hate us as they hate everything human.
Perhaps we're only phantoms.
Stop, Harry. We haven't much time, Dr. Gall.
Fabry, how your forehead bleeds where the shot pierced it.
Be silent. Dr. Gall, do you admit changing the way of making the robots?
Yes.
Were you aware of what might be the consequences of your experiment?
I was bound to reckon with such a possibility.
Why did you do it then?
For my own satisfaction. The experiment was my own.
That's not true, Dr. Gall.
Well enough, you?
I must tell you, Dr. Gall is not guilty.
Excuse me? Gall was under certain obligations.
No, she did it because I wanted it. Tell them, Dr. Gall, how many years ago did I ask you to do
I did it on my own responsibility.
Don't believe her. I asked her to give the robots souls.
This has nothing to do with the soul.
That's what she said. She said that she could change only a physiological
correlate?
Yes, but it meant so much to me that she should do even that.
Why?
Well, I thought that if they were more like us, they would understand us better. But they couldn't hate us if they were only a little more human.
Nobody can hate man more than man.
Oh, don't speak like that, Harry. It was so terrible. This cruel strangeness between us and them. That's why I asked Gall to change the robots. I swear to you that she didn't want to.
But she did it.
Because I asked her.
I did it for myself as an experiment.
No, Dr. Gall, I knew you wouldn't refuse me.
Why?
You know perfectly well, Harry. God, I'm sorry, Dr. Gall.
You still can't call me by my name.
Gall, when did you actually start these tricks of yours?
3 years ago.
Uh-huh. And on how many robots altogether did you carry out your improvements?
A few hundred.
That means for every million of the good old robots, there's only one of Gall's improved pattern.
What of it?
That it's of no consequence whatsoever.
Busman's right.
I should think so, my girl. But do you know what is to blame for his lovely mess?
What?
The number. Upon my soul, we might have known that someday or other the robots would be stronger than human beings, and that this was bound to happen. And we were doing all we could to bring it about as soon as possible. You, Domin, you, Fabry, myself.
Are you accusing us?
Oh, do you suppose the management controls the outputs? It's the demand that controls the output.
And it is for that we must perish?
That's a nasty word, Madam Helena. We don't want to perish. I don't, anyhow.
No? What do you want to do?
I want to get out of this. That's all.
Oh, stop it, Busman.
Seriously, Harry, I think we might try it.
How?
By fair means. I do everything by fair means. Give me a free hand and I'll negotiate with the robots.
By fair means?
Of course. For instance, I'll say to them, worthy and worshipful robots, you have everything. You have intellect, you have power, you have firearms. But we have just one interesting screed, a dirty old yellow scrap of paper.
Rossum's manuscript?
Yes. And that, I'll tell them, contains an account of your illustrious origin, the noble process of your manufacture, and so on. Worthy robots, without the scribble on that paper, you will not be able to produce a single new colleague. In another 20 years, there will not be the living specimen of a robot whom you could exhibit in a menagerie. My esteemed friends, that would be a great blow to you. But if you will let all of us human beings on Rossum's island go on board that ship, we will deliver the factory and the secret of the process to you in return. You allow us to get away, and we will allow you to manufacture yourselves. That, worthy robots, is a fair deal. Something for something. That's what I'd say to them.
Busman, do you think we'd sell the manuscript?
Yes, I do. If not in a friendly way, then either we sell it or they'll find it, just as you like.
Busman, we can destroy Rossum's manuscript.
Then we destroy everything. Not only the manuscript, but ourselves, just as you think fit.
There are over 30 of us on this island. Are we to sell the secret and save that many souls at the risk of enslaving mankind?
Why, you're mad. Who'd sell the whole manuscript?
Busman, no cheating.
Well then, sell, but afterwards...
Well?
Let's suppose this happens. When we're on board the Ultimus, I'll stop up my ears with cotton wool, lie down somewhere in the hold, and you'll train the guns on the factory and blow it to smithereens, and with it, Rossum's secret.
No!
Busman, you're no gentleman. If we sell them, it will be a straight sale.
It's in the interest of humanity to...
It's in the interest of humanity to keep our word.
Oh, come, what rubbish.
This is a fearful decision. We are selling the destiny of mankind. Are we to sell or destroy? Fabry?
Sell.
Gall?
Sell.
Hallemeier?
Sell, of course.
Alquist?
As God wills it.
Helena?
It isn't right. It just isn't right. Not a single thing in this factory has been right. Destroy it. Let it all burn.
Majority says sell. Sorry, dear.
We'll do the negotiating.
I will, of course.
Wait till I bring the manuscript.
Harry, don't go!
Don't be afraid, Madam Helena. We'll sail far away from here. We'll begin life all over again. We'll restart.
No, don't speak.
It isn't too late. It'll be a little state with one ship. Alquist will build us a house.
Madam Helena, Fabry's right.
Stop.
Good. I don't mind beginning all over again. That suits me right down to the ground.
And this little state of ours could be the center of future life. A place of refuge where we could gather strength. Why, in a few hundred years, we could conquer the world again.
You still believe that even today?
Yes.
You see, Madam Helena, we're not so badly off.
Where's old Rossum's manuscript?
In your strongbox, of course.
Someone has stolen it.
Impossible.
Who has stolen it?
I did.
Where is it?
Harry, I'll tell you everything. Only forgive me.
For God's sake, where is it?
In the fireplace. This morning I burnt both copies. They're gone. Nothing but ashes there now.
Nothing but this piece of paper. By adding Biogen to... That's all. Is that part of it?
Yes.
God in heaven.
Then we're done for.
Harry, what have I done?
Don't, Madam Helena.
Gall, you couldn't draw Rossum's formula from memory.
It's out of the question. Even with my recent experiments, I couldn't work without referring to the formula. It's extremely complicated.
Try. All our lives depend on it.
Without experiments, it's impossible.
With experiments?
It might take years, decades. I'm not old Rossum.
God in heaven. God in heaven.
So then, that is what becomes of the greatest triumph of the human intellect. These ashes.
Sorry.
You're not. It was what you wanted. Just like the robots with the souls. Why does everything you want end up with us dead? I'm sorry. That was cruel.
It's true.
Doesn't make it not cruel. Oh, Helena.
Oh, Harry.
Wait a bit. Good God, what a fool I am not to have thought of it before.
What?
8 billion in banknotes and checks in our safe. They'll sell for 8 billion for 8 billion.
Are you mad, Busman?
I may not be a gentleman, but for 8 billion.
Where are you going?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Good God, for 8 billion, anything can be bought.
Busman's going out to them.
She's carrying something. Papers. Money. That's money. Bundles of money. What's that for?
Surely she doesn't want to sell her life. Busman, have you gone mad?
Busman, come back!
She's running up the railing. Busman! Busman! She's talking to the robots. She's showing them the money.
She's pointing to us.
Wants to buy us off.
Now she's waving her arms.
Busman, come back!
Busman, watch out! Busman! Kill Busman!
The first one.
Dead with 8 billion by her side.
All honor to her. She wanted to buy us life.
Be here.
A roaring. Like a wind.
Like a storm.
The dynamo's still going. Our people are still there.
It was a great thing to be a human. There was something immense about it.
Man's thought, man's power came this light, our last hope.
Man's power. May it keep watch over us.
Man's power.
Yes. A torch to be given from hand to hand, from age to age, forever.
The end.
Generator's fallen.
Helena, you'll last longest in that room. It's several feet of concrete. You've got food. You might last a couple of days. Everyone else...
This is the end. This is the beginning. This is the end of life. For here, this is the end. This is the beginning. This is the end